Hello, Tubies. I'm back again. Um, I had gotten with Andulara after her first reading I did for her about I was going to do an experiment to see whether my past life spread layout was efficient enough, because and basically since she had the experience with her past lives, that hopefully I was going to do a little experiment and see if it worked, or if my layout works anyway. But if anyone remembers my layout, it's just 9 cards. Um, 4 will tell me, 1 will tell me who they are. This is going to be for her, mind you. The first one will tell me who she is, who she was, what she did, where she was, and what the time was. The 4 beneath it just sheds a little bit of light on the subject. It's for clarification purposes. And the 9th card, of course, is how you apply that to your life now. But alright, I'm running low on time, so I'm really gonna have to fly through this. I want to say you're a very young woman. You're very grounded. You're very, drawing a blank. Very centered. Kind of upkept yourself a lot. I want to say you kept yourself a lot. But you just adored nature. You really did adore nature. And as long as you were within your little garden, quote unquote, you were just happy. That's the type of person you were. What you did, I want to say you were a family help, kind of like a midwife. I have the Empress followed by the Magician. The Magician usually can symbolize to me somebody who is very physical with their hands. As in the Magician in this card, he's very physical with his hands. Ooh, if you see that. Alright. He follows the Empress, who in this case is very motherly. She's very pregnant. She's pregnant. I want to say you were a midwife of sorts. A young midwife. Perhaps you just assisted in the birth, but you're with your hands and the motherly aspect. That's what I'm basically getting. I'm just jumping to the conclusion that it was a midwife, basically. The reading tells me that you were more of a working with your hands, the physical hands-on, to something that has to do with pregnancy, or a pregnant woman, or babies, things of that nature. My interpretation was midwife. The place, the country, the region. This place was experiencing new feats, taking on new challenges. It was starting things new, leaving old behind and starting things new. And this brought a great balance. It brought a great balance, and of course, quite a bit of love. I don't know what region this would possibly be. I'm going to take a look at the time first, so maybe I can get a little bit of a stronger connection to it. The time seems when money was coming into balance. Everything was coming back into balance economically. Sorry. And it seems like it got to a point where people wanted more than what they already had. Kind of like a greedy country, you know? Kind of like America is, well, not now, but used to be. How we had things, but we just wanted more and more and more. Of course, naturally, man's needs never ends, mankind's needs never end. At any rate, the timing of this is quite confusing to me. There wasn't much fear. There was an awareness, but not much fear for much of anything. And the only place I can think of this grand time, the only country that really comes to mind was really, I want to say Germany during World War II, because Hitler unified Germany, but as we all know, that really wasn't much of a joyous time. Money was going back in view for Germany, yes, but not necessarily loving, non-fearful, all those things, not necessarily. But yeah, it's more so like it was a transforming country. It just kept going from one stage to the next. It might have. I'm thinking a revolutionary era. It might have been right after. Right after the French Revolution. Now that I think about it, because after the French Revolution, money was coming back into order because the patriarchs didn't, or the monarchs, I'm sorry, did not provide the money. Money came back into view. They were all happy because all the monarchs were gone and they were beginning their new form of government. I forgot to let y'all know there is another set of cards basically explaining how you died. And really, there's this woman, very fiery woman. She was heated. She really comes into play here. She lets me know that something involving this woman affected your death. She is presided over by the Ace of Wands. Could have been a heated argument that might have not ended well. This is just my interpretation. I could be possibly wrong, but a heated argument with somebody and they took it wrong, chain reaction, things of that nature. But how it relates into terms of today, or your life now, is that it teaches you to be more, to enjoy yourself a little bit more, enjoy life a little bit more, because you were a very hard worker in a time that was very free and very happy, in a place that was very free and happy. It just underwent this huge change, most likely in government. So you never really experienced the enjoyment that you should have deserved, rather than working so much. You had that hands-on title. But yeah, you need to take the time and celebrate your life now is what it teaches you, and I think you're doing that really well, honestly. But yes, that was my quick reading, and I'm running close to 10 minutes, but I really gotta get going back to my next class. So, I'm gonna go ahead and post this, and I guess we'll see what she thinks, if I'm right or wrong. Like I said, I made this up and I haven't used it very often. So, I would love her feedback. Anyway, thank you everyone. Subscribe, rate, suggest to friends, obviously. And blessed be.